This is the Leetcode problem of the day, sort colors. So we were given an array nums which have an objects, and there are three colors, red, white and blue in that array. What we have to do is we have to sort this array in place so that the objects of the same color are adjacent. So we will use numbers 0, 1 and 2 to represent the colors red, white and blue. So for example, we were given this array, and what we have to return is this sorted. All the numbers would be sorted in this orders. First of all the zeros, then all the ones, and then all the twos. So what we can do is, so this is our initial array nums. What we can do is we can initialize three counters, count 0, count 1 and count 2, which will contain the number of occurrences of all these three numbers 0, 1 and 2. Or we can create a map also, that's up to you. So, and then we will start iterating through this array. If the element is equal to 0, we will increase the count 0 by 1. If the element is equal to 1, we will increase the count of 1 by 1. And if the element is 2, we will increase the count of 2 by 1. So after the iteration is complete, we will get the number of occurrences of all these three elements 0, 1 and 2. In this case, all are equal to 2. Then what we will do is we will start iterating through the array, and we will update the value of the element by looking at the count of it. For example, here count of 0 is equal to 2, so the first two elements will be equal to 0, so 0 comma 0. Then after count 0 until count 1, what we will do is we will change the element to 1, so the count of 1 was 2 here, so again 2 elements will be changed to 1. Similarly, for count 2, the element will be updated to 2, and this is our final output 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2 in the sorted array. Let's see the code. So first of all, we initialized n, the size of nums, initialized three variables, count 0, count 1, count 2, all equal to 0. Then we found out the number of occurrences of all three numbers 0, 1 and 2. After that, we updated the value of those elements, and finally we completed the in-place sorting. Another way to do this is using Dutch national flag algorithm. So what happens in that case is we were given the same input array, nothing changed. So I will walk you through the process of this, and then you will get an idea about the Dutch national flag algorithm. So initially this is our input array. So we will initialize three variables, low, mid and high. These are our pointers. So initially low and mid will be at the starting of the array, and high will be at the end of the array. Then what we will do is we will start iterating, and we will follow the mid pointer and swap values according to the what's the value of it. For example, if the value of mid equal to 0, we will swap it with the low and increment both low and mid. If the value at mid is equal to 1, we will just increment the mid. If the value is other than these, that is 2, then we will swap the mid with the high and decrement the height pointer. So for example, let's start with the starting. Here it is 2. Our mid is here at 2. This green circle represents mid. So after here it is 2. So if the mid is equal to 2, we will swap it with the high. So our high is at the end of this array, that is 0. We will swap it this with this and this with this. Then we will decrement the high. So high was at 0 here at last place. After this iteration, the high will come at one place earlier. So our high is here now. Our mid is still at the same place. Now our mid is equal to 0. And if our mid is equal to 0, we will increment swap it with low and increment both low and mid. So it is swapped with the same element, and both low and mid comes to this place. So our mid is here now. What happens next is our mid is 0 again. So if it is 0, it will swapped with low, which is at the same place, and our mid is incremented and low is also incremented. So our mid is here at 2. So it is again 2. So we will swap with the high. So our high is at the second last place. So here 2 and 1 are swapped, and our high is decremented. Our mid is still at the same place, that is the third place. So our the value of our mid is 1 now. So if it is 1, we will do nothing and just increment the mid by 1. So our mid is here now. Now again the value of mid is 1, so we'll increment it again by 1. So our mid is here and its value is 2. But our high was at last third place. So now our mid is greater than high. So we will break here and this should be the final array that we have to return, and this will be in the sorted array 001122, and this will be our final output. Let's see the code now. So we initialized three arrays, low, mid, and high, three variables, low, mid, and high. Low and mid at starting of the array and high at the end of the array. While mid is less than or equal to high, this is important, it should be less than and equal to. We will do the following three steps. If the mid element is equal to 0, we will swap it with low and increment both low and mid. If mid element is equal to 1, we will just increment the mid, and if it is equal to, and if the element is equal to 2, or that is the else case here, we will swap it with the high and decrement the high, no change in the mid, and at last we will get the output array sorted in order, and it will happen in place as stated in the question, and both the results are accepted. Thank you.